Hey, you! Are you a curious person and a music lover just like me? Well, if the answer is yes, this is your podcast. Hi, I'm Ramon Mañas, I'm the travel sax creator, and welcome to Blowing in the Wind, the place to get inspired throughout music and innovation. Hello again, and welcome to a new episode of Blowing in the Wind podcast. Today I have the honor of interviewing Marco Scipione. He's coming from Italy, from the north part of Italy, and he's an amazing sax player. He's not just playing the saxophone, but he plays many other instruments that he's going to explain us in the podcast today. He's been touring with Eros Ramazzotti, with Mario Biondi, and many amazing artists, but he has something unique, and he's basically, you will learn about it on the podcast, but he's playing with a lot of effects, guitar effects, and he's playing them with his horn, with the saxophone. On this episode, we're gonna touch and talk about different things like saxophone techniques, his practicing routines, and even mental techniques to handle stress live, and many other cool things. So don't hesitate to stay, because it's gonna be a good one. Hopefully you like and enjoy as much as I do. Marco Scipione. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your surname the right way.
Good.
Yeah?
Good.
Scipione. Amazing. So, thank you so much for spending the time on the next minutes, sharing your know-how, sharing your experience with myself, and hopefully with many other people that will be listening to this podcast. I'm just playing one of your new songs, right, on the new album.
Yeah. The newest, yes.
And today, right, you're gonna officially launch the video.
The video, yes, the video.
Amazing. Let's hear a bit more. I'm just gonna leave on the background this really nice song, because I think it's great to be able to listen to the song at the same time that we chat. Okay. I have many questions for you, like a lot. Okay, so hopefully we can answer them during this hopefully 1 hour. We'll try and not be super extensive. But well, here in this podcast we talk about music and innovation. Okay, that's our main goal. And you are a musician, extremely innovative, right? So there, for those of the listeners that are not familiar of who you are, Marco. Well, you're a sax player, and you play. I know you play a lot of instruments, but we will get there. I always like to start the interview by understanding who is Marco. When do you start playing the saxophone, and what's the relationship with music, and when it starts? So, if maybe you can talk about it.
Yeah. So I started to approach the music at 11 years old. I was in a school with music. It's like a musical school. Okay, you can study a lot of instrument. I chose the flute. I don't know why, because I was not so in love with the music. It's like my father was a trumpet player,
Hmm.
not professional, but he
Okay.
played some trumpets. So I tried to do an experiment. Okay, I have some years to spend with sport, with music. I don't know. I prefer the music maybe because I'm not like a sport guy. So
Okay.
as you can see, and the flute was like it's like a trauma, because it's difficult, it's small, and I have a lot of girls in my class that was very, very good and talented
When
classical musician.
when
When
you
I was
when you talk about flute, sorry that I interrupt. Are you
flute,
talking about
yes, the
traverser,
flute,
right?
traverser flute, yes.
Okay.
And I made this 3 years, like I don't know how to approach with that instrument, and the teacher was very, very good, but I cannot understand really well the music. But one day, I don't know why, listening to maybe Rage Against the Machine, Offspring,
Okay.
I wanted to. I don't know why I wanted to play something, because I fall in love with crossover music, metal music.
Hmm.
Okay, I have the flute, so let's try to play some flute.
Okay.
And from the flute, long story short, I switched in 2 years to the bass,
Okay.
electric bass. I played a lot of metal with my bands, and
And this
I
was
followed.
you mean how well old were you when you start playing flute?
Well,
And
11, 11,
11. Okay, so you're
11.
talking about this age, like
Yeah,
11,
11, 12, and
12.
13. 11, 12, 13, flute, only in the afternoon when I have some times, only to pass the test at school, but I was not so,
But
you know,
it was a dedicated music school, or it was just
yeah, dedicated music school, yes.
okay.
With I don't know how to say, in Italy we say indirizzo musicale, cioè so the school is mainly a school with 2 or 3 hours per week
Okay.
spending with your instrument, with piano or guitar or violin or flute.
Hmm.
And I reached at 14 years old
Hmm.
to the electric bass. I played a lot of metal, and for me it was really a revelation. I love that instrument because it's similar to the flute,
Hmm.
and also similar to the saxophone because it's monophonic,
Hmm.
kinda. And I can play the genre that I love,
Hmm.
metal music. So, but I have a neighbor in my apartment that plays saxophone,
Okay.
and I don't know why. Every time he said, "Yes, you are a good bass player, but why you don't play saxophone?" Because I don't like saxophone. No, please, please listen to Charlie Parker. And he spoke a lot to me about Charlie Parker, about Michael Brecker,
Hmm.
Wayne Shorter, and slowly he won.
Wow.
I don't know why. Yeah, because I was playing the flute, so I have the mechanics of the instrument.
Yeah.
Then I know the basics also of the more rockish world
Hmm.
with the bass, and I try to put all my know-how with that instrument to the saxophone. So I
Okay.
started to play the saxophone at 15. No, I studied the saxophone at 19 years old. 19 years old,
Okay.
but I had at home a small alto sax,
Okay.
and
Okay.
when I was 15, trying to do some notes,
Hmm. Hmm.
and that was the real revelation for me. Yeah, because I know that I can transpose everything from the flute to the saxophone, from the bass to the saxophone, and so I tried to transpose also pedals too. I said, why I can put an overdrive and a pads to a saxophone
Hmm.
while I'm studying Charlie Parker or the Omnibook or
Hmm.
the Jerry Bergonzi pentatonics. Why not?
Hmm. Hmm.
And so I spent 10 times of failure,
Yeah.
10 times only failure for
Yeah.
10 times.
Yeah.
Um, and one day, I don't know why the things work,
Nice.
but I spent 10 years to spend money and try to use effect with pedals with the saxophone. I tried a lot, and was always a failure. So if someone is trying to do that, and a lot of people ask me, how did you do what you do? And I say that there's no a way. There's no way. It's only a matter of time and try to. It's everyone have a street. Everyone have a way.
Yeah.
There's not the right way. There's a way. And one day I saw when I was in Paris, because I lived 3 years in Paris, working for theater. I saw a show of Guillaume Perret. I don't know if you know he is. It's a super saxophone player that uses effect, and I had the opportunity to exchange some word with him and learn a lot of things more, because he's really a great musician and he uses effects in a slightly different way of me. But I encourage you to listen something of Guillaume.
Guillaume, okay.
And yes.
Okay, let's do a small break here, because we've jumped from you starting playing the traverser flute when you were a kid, 13 years old, then meeting this neighbor that was a sax player, and he was pushing you to jump to the saxophone. On the other side, you were also playing the bass, right?
Yes.
The electric bass or the upright?
Electric bass.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you suddenly jump to this or start experimenting with pedals, right? With electronics, and so let's do a stop here, because I want to show the people that are listening will be able to hear, but the people that are checking it on our YouTube channel, I'm gonna just play a YouTube video of yourself playing the saxophone with all the pedals, right? And it's great. I mean, I really like this. This is a song called Hard Times, right? From your band.
That now it's a trio, but at the time was a duo with a drummer, Daniel Fasano. Also check it out. It's a real great drummer and producer from Italy.
So I'm just... So this is basically... You're playing the saxophone here.
Yeah.
This is also the saxophone.
Live. Yeah, this is live. There's no overdubbing.
It's crazy. I mean, it's like it sounds like a bass line. So you're doing the bass line, and you're doing the which is
with the whammy.
With the whammy, right? So just changing octaves. So I'm just putting the video, and there are like some footage on this video that I'm showing right now, where you can see the drummer, but you can also see your foot and when you are changing, and this is amazing. I love this part. So it sounds like an electric guitar. It's amazing. How do you...
Yeah.
So, okay, let me just put this. So how can you create these sounds of like playing like an electric guitar, but you don't get like the saxophone sound, because the saxophone is acoustic, right? So how do you filter this so you don't get the saxophone sound mixed in the recording?
Because I think that everyone have a different approach to art in general, and I think that the most obvious thing is to let the people understand that you are playing a saxophone. But I don't want to play the saxophone, because when I was very young, I have this. I started to play the saxophone after the bass, but in my heart, I'm always a bass player.
Yeah.
Because I want to translate that language on this instrument. Why you can't? Who can tell me that I can't? So and I saw a lot of musicians playing saxophone or trumpet or trombone with the effect, letting you know that the main instrument is the saxophone, the trumpet, or the trombone. But the people have to understand that maybe that letting you know what instrument is like to stay comfort. Okay, what is this? That's a saxophone. Okay. Now I don't want the people to understand what I'm actually playing. So, and also because I like very much the guitar and the bass. So I use this kind of microphone that now it's very, very famous. I bought it the first time 8 years ago, called it Intramic. I was one of the first with Guillaume, yes, because Guillaume created this microphone together with Victor. This kind of instrument, I experimented with this instrument 8 years ago, and it's like a small microphone that you can put inside the mouthpiece. But you can also use a piezo. You can also use a DPA. You can also use there's a lot of ways. There's no one way. And with this kind of microphone, I go inside my Helix or my Effect or the Whammy, and then it's all guitar rig knowledge. So what's the first pedal? What's the last pedal? What can I do? There's a thousand of combination. And you have to try all the combination. You have to fail. You have to remember that the fail in art is fundamental. The fail in music is fundamental. You have to try until you do that. In Italy, we say, I don't know if I can say in English.
You can say it in Italian. In Italian, it sounds nicer.
It's like to say if you hit and you hit and you hit, also the iron will break and will bend.
Will bend, yeah.
Yeah. Dalle si piega puro metallo. It's
dalle, sì.
Napoletan. Yes. You hit and then you can do it. So it's only a matter of patience. Patience, and because a lot of people use maybe a super sensitive microphone with a great distortion, and the sound that you are hearing there, it's like you can't understand. I'm trying to use a little bit of compression, a little bit of gate, a little bit of noise gate, more hard gate, a little bit of chorus, a little bit of reverb. You have to understand how the chain works. Because a saxophone player thinks that you put the microphone inside the pedal, press and go. No, it's not like that. There's a lot of things that you have to keep in mind. You are using amplifier, you are using the PA, what instrument you are putting inside what pedal, and what is the ending. So this is the question. And I'm a big fan of Tom Morello. Tom Morello, I think, is one of my biggest inspiration. And listen to Rage Against the Machine, please. Do yourself a favor, if you don't. And Tom Morello, it's using only distortion and whammy, and he do everything with that instrument, using the instrument in non-common way. Because if you think about a super technique guitar player, you don't think to Morello. But Morello can play one note, you know that it's Morello. I was at a Morello concert the last week in Torino, and it was the time for a solo. He pulled out the jack and played all the solo with the jack in his hands.
No.
It's like an unconventional way to do a solo. Why
with
you have to
jack.
play the right notes. Only with the jack. With a
jack solo.
Yes, only
Amazing.
Jack solos. I think this is the way you have to think about an instrument.
Wow.
Not only the conventional way. This is my way. I don't think that I am. I think myself as a Marco Scipione before the saxophone player. Because I think that today you think yourself about a saxophone player, but you have to think yourself as yourself. Then you use the instrument to create colors and create things. I'm sorry for my English. I'm not a very good speaker,
No,
and
you
I
speak.
try to let me understandable and not to do to teach nothing to anyone. It's like my personal experience on this hurt and on the music.
Yeah.
So now I bought also a contrabass clarinet that I found destroyed in a house in Venice. So I don't spend a lot of money, and I trying to using the contrabass clarinet as a bass. Because I don't know nothing about clarinet, but I'm trying to understand where the notes are, what I can do with that instrument, and what kind of frequencies can give me.
Yeah.
If I use effect, maybe I can expand that frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's only question of frequencies. The saxophone is this, the contrabass is this, and so on. I don't know if I responded to your question, because I talk a lot, but
you did, and you did great. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know if people are very familiar with a contrabass saxophone.
Clarinet.
Because
contrabass clarinet.
Clarinet, sorry. Clarinet.
I made an error. But
because
saxophone too, I know that.
Yeah. But I mean, it's very interesting how it looks like, because it's like a mix. I mean, it's metal, right? It's
the contrabass clarinet or saxophone.
The
clarinet, yes, it's in metal. Depends. There's the metal version and the wood version.
You have the metal one, right?
Yeah, the metal one, and it's called paperclip, because it's in a paperclip.
It looks like a saxophone, actually. I mean, it's
almost.
No,
almost,
I mean, but
it
like
seems,
thinner.
It seems.
Like thinner.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just gonna try and find this video that you play.
Yeah, on Instagram you can find it.
Yeah, I think
you can find it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I mean, I'm gonna look while
you can find it easily on the first.
I have it here. Yeah, because it's very nice for the people to, have it here. Just found it. It's very, very nice for the people to check it. If they haven't seen it, I'm just sharing the picture right now on, and it's, I mean, for those of you that are listening, maybe you wanna Google like how it looks like, but it's like a very long tube, pretty much thin compared to a saxophone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, very thin.
And it's like it's closed, right? It's like a
it's like a circle.
A circle,
but it's like it's circular.
Yeah, circular.
And it's difficult to explain.
I'm not very fluent at English. You can see it too, but
it's difficult to explain. It's actually difficult. But you have to think about a paperclip.
Exactly, it's like a paper clip.
The thing that you use to
clip the papers.
Yeah, it's like that form. Yeah,
definitely, it's super cool. And I've seen some videos of yourself playing it, but then when you put them through the pedal rig, right?
Yeah.
Then you're able also to play really high notes with octavers and stuff like this, right?
Yeah, I don't use a lot of things with contrabass clarinet, because I think that it's a very, very unique instrument. I don't need a lot of treatment. I don't think about it as a treatment, but I try to compress a little bit, because some notes are more evident and some not. So this is an instrument from Leblanc from 1968, and it's not, the pitch is not perfect.
Okay.
This also, if you are very in tune, it's not perfect because of this kind of shape, because you have two kind of paperclip. There's the regular paperclip that is like a very huge clarinet, like a bass clarinet, but very, very big. And this kind of this paperclip that is like round, and you can detach the two parts.
Okay.
So it's like you can put it in a bag. It's very, very
Ah,
small, and it's very handy. Yeah. It's
but that's
an
the one you
instrument that
have? That's the one you have? The one
yeah,
that's
and it's very in this. Yeah.
detachable one.
It's like
Like
you
a
can divide
trombone.
the instrument
It's
like a
like a
trombone. Yes,
trombone, right?
yes.
Okay.
It's like a trombone, and I think that it's very, very an uncommon instrument, and an instrument where you can explore new things. And the instrument has 6 octaves. It's like
Six
crazy.
oct but
Yeah, 6 octaves.
wow.
And so I don't use one with that one, but I use compressor to create the sound of a active bass, like to destroy, because I play rock and metal with that instrument, also drums, but mainly rock. So I need to have a sound that can be compared to the bass,
Hmm.
5-string bass.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Marco could come and get his paperclip clarinet, right?
Yes,
That he's gonna show now. Wow, it's super
this one.
cool. Wow, yeah. It's big, huh?
It seems very big.
Okay.
Not so much because of the camera, but it's like a little bit more than a tenor, and it's
Okay.
very lightweight.
Okay.
Very lightweight, and you can play it perfectly, or seated,
And
or
what's the tuning?
stand.
What's is it
B
tuning?
flat. It's like a tenor,
Ah, tenor. Okay.
or a soprano saxophone.
And the fingerings are like a clarinet fingering, right?
Yeah, it's a clarinet fingering, French fingering. So it's
Okay.
for the saxophone player, it's really difficult to manage. But
Yeah.
you know,
And
you
how?
you choose the way how you want to die.
Nice. It's super cool. Do you want to try
And
and I don't know if you have the
yes, I don't.
the noise canceling on, because if you do, maybe we cannot hear. Well, you can try and see if we can listen.
Let's try. Let's try.
No, it's not. It's not.
No, you can't.
No, we can, because now it cancels and anything that's not
Yeah.
spoken. So you need to change the setting in the
Okay. But on the iPad,
yeah
on my
on the iPad.
device.
No, it's inside the here inside
Okay.
the call. You need to go to audio and disable the noise canceling.
Okay. Disabled. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes. This is
Oh,
this is
it's
the last note. That is a D, and then there's the model with a C, but you can also attach a little bit part here, and because you can tear down this,
okay.
take another part, and yes, and use and this is the key to divide. With this little key, you can screw up the thing and
Oh, wow.
divide the two parts, so it's very small.
It,
Actually, you can put it in a little bag.
it's super cool.
Yeah. It's like the same key of the saxophone, so it's very easy, and there's a very, very big reed. So for us, that tenor saxophone and the soprano have a really small reed. So here you can be more relaxed and understand how to play in a cylindric tube, because the saxophone is not cylindric, but it's conic. There's a cone, so there's more problems with the cone. This is so easy that it seems like difficult
Wow.
for a saxophone player.
So
Yeah.
like the embouchure that you need to use, it's a super relaxed open embouchure.
Super relaxed, and also here you have a classical embouchure, so it's like on the the position is very different, because a saxophone it's like this,
Exactly.
straight,
Yeah.
and this is like from the bottom. You have to take the mouthpiece. It's very difficult the first time, but when you understand, it's very, very relaxing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks for sharing. It was really
Like
cool.
this. No worry. When you want, it's here, and it's for
Okay. Where are you based right now, Marco?
Italy, in near Milano. Near
Okay.
Milano.
Yeah. So in the north
Yeah.
of Italy.
Yeah, in the north, and it's very hot also here. I
Yeah.
don't know there,
Yeah.
but
It's
you're in Spain, right?
I'm in Barcelona. Yeah. Yeah. It's quite hot.
Barcelona.
Quite hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But um, you were telling me that so you were playing the flute, the traverser flute. You were playing
Yeah.
the bass. You like the electric bass, but then you
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
play the clarinet. Do you play just the bass clarinet or all kind of clarinet?
Yeah, I have other clarinets because a friend of mine gave me a gift, but I'm not a clarinet player.
Okay.
No, it's very difficult for me, and I'm not so. I don't know. I didn't felt nothing for the clarinet. I
Yeah.
think that it's a beautiful instrument. I have a friend of mine that is really, really incredible with that instrument, but I can't play it. It's like the car. Maybe you like a car, but it's not for you.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
you like a saxophone, but it's not for you.
Yeah.
With the bass, for me, it's the same thing. I like a lot the Music Man, but I can't play the Music Man because I'm a Fender type of guy.
Yeah.
And also with the clarinet, for me, it's not my thing. But the contrabass clarinet, it's more like a saxophone thing.
Yeah.
So I can use it more. I can use it. Yeah.
Nice. And do you play other instruments? I mean, it's not that you play a little,
Yeah,
but
well, no, a little bit. I play a little bit the drum because it's my first love. But I was living in an apartment, so my parents can't buy me one. So drum is my love. Drum.
okay.
Yeah. And I play a little bit of it because I have a little drum. And I play also a little bit of piano.
Okay.
Not so much, but if I am to write something, I play synth, I play piano, and of
Like
course,
you use it for composing, right?
yeah, for
mainly?
composing, yeah, to write music and to put my idea maybe on Logic.
You work with Logic?
I work mainly with Logic. Yes,
Okay.
I was an Ableton user, but now I'm a Logic user, and I think it is very fast because I have to record fast my ideas. Sometimes I sing on the phone to remember, and sometimes you have to. If I'm in my home, I can press play and record. I need something fast. For me, the main reason to choose a DAW is how much is fast for me, for my mind, because if you use Pro Tools or Cubase, it's the same.
Yeah.
The important is to be confident with that program.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And you said that you were using Ableton Live also.
Yeah, Ableton Live. Yes.
Yeah. Do you use it I mean, do you still use it? First question. Or
Ableton,
you just
no, at the moment, no.
Okay.
No, because I use only. I never use it live.
Okay, that was my second.
Ableton Live.
Yeah,
and
that
I
was
don't using live yet.
That was my second
One time
question.
I asked it to myself, but why the name is live? Because you have to use it live, and I don't use at home. I don't use it live, so I switched to Pro Tools. I think it's Logic. Excuse me, to Logic. Logic. It's
Okay.
It's very easy. The first approach is very easy with Logic.
Yeah. Well, for those of you guys that are listening to the podcast and do not know about what are we talking, basically these are programs that you use to record yourself on your computer. Logic, I think it's mainly for Apple devices. I don't know if you can
yes,
you can find Logic for Windows. I don't think so. Maybe old Windows. I remember that Logic launched I think for a Windows version, but it was super old. So it's mainly for Apple users. And then you have also Ableton Live, which is very cool. A program you can record, but as Marco was explaining, it's mainly mainly for live performances because you can easily loop. You can create like really really nice automated things, right? For live performances, it's really cool. I know if you know Yvert Fortuny. He's an amazing sax player, Spanish sax player. I would recommend you to check him. And he's very proficient with using live. I mean, he uses live a lot on live performances. He has all these looping, all the pedals that you work with. He has them physically and like MIDI pedals and yeah, like it's very very cool. And he uses a lot of looping, like live looping, so he's like creating on the go. I want to go on that direction because I've been seeing some videos where you are triggering also like samples live, right? So it's not just, you're not just modifying the sound, right?
No, I never use loop, and I never launch things. It's all I use the pedal. That's a MIDI keyboard that you can use with the foot.
Exactly.
And it's linked to a Moog Mini Tower and OP1 field. So I have a program where I can write what's the message that this foot keyboard have to send and where. So I want a drum kick. Okay, play the number one. You have 10 buttons. Buttons one, because it don't have don't look like a keyboard. So there's only numbers.
Yeah, the number.
So you can assign and it's very smart, this idea. So number one, it's like the kick, and then with the kick I want also the bass. So second message, bass from Mini Tower. So it's boom, boom. I can do this kind of thing for every buttons. So the second I want the snare with another note. The third I want another kick with. So you can build your own groove and play it live. So I'm only use an extension to play instrument that doesn't have a keyboard and that I cannot play, because my idea is to be myself with myself, not because I'm egocentric, but only because I want to express me alone and not filtered by anyone. Because when you are in a band, and I love to be in a band. When I was a little guy when I was 14. I had my first band, and then I had a lot of bands, and every time you have to be like to be a president. The president, it's always polite. You have to be smart. You have to say, okay, you like that idea, I like that idea, perfect. Maybe you don't like it a lot, but you have to create a good environment with the band. It's always give and receive. But when you are alone with the problems. We are alone with the suffering. We are alone with the decision, and no one can tell you it's right or it's not. So it's a big problem to be alone. It's a very challenging. And when you start, like me now, to play at some jazz festival with your band, and then the day before you play in solo, it's like to go on the beach and drink something. It's like super easy. Drink a martini. It's super easy. The solo, it's very challenging, and you can express yourself also with the suffering, because it's suffering. That is because I'm using a lot of circular breathing while singing. You are super warm. You are sweating. You are you don't know how to put the saliva in your mouth. You don't know why you have something in your cheeks that makes you hurt something. It's only a problem. Be alone, it's only a problem, but it's the main thing. This is the show. The show, it's you dying on the
On the
on
the
the
scenario,
on the stage,
on the stage.
yes. And I like it a lot. It's another approach. It's another kind of performance. So if no one listening has have ever tried to play alone, try, because it's also at home. I think it's very useful to also studying standards. Okay, you take, I don't know, Autumn Leaves, Have You Met Miss Jones, Misty,
Hmm.
what do you like, and play it alone. No metronome. Okay, with the metronome it's very important, but try to play it as you are in front of 2,000 people. I don't know, to 200 people. Think
Hmm.
yourself in a club. Think
Hmm.
yourself on the stage, and try, because it's for me it's like wow, it's a crazy sensation that I tried in the last year.
Nice. How long have you
So
been
yeah,
doing the live show alone?
I didn't make a lot of shows alone, but I started the first time after the COVID
Okay.
in Coimbra,
Oh, nice.
at
Beautiful place.
Convento Sao Paulo in
Nice.
Coimbra. Then I played some shows in Milan.
Hmm.
I played in Berlin. I played one time in Rome, and now I have other two live one in two live in Milan,
Nice.
September, October. So I didn't make a lot of that kind of show, but every artist with I collaborated asked me to do almost one song alone. I played with Eros Ramazzotti. It was the last tour that I made, the world tour with Eros, and he is very smart and said, I choose you also because you do these kind of things,
Yeah.
and play one song, create one song for this tour, write a new song, and play it before Terra Promessa. It's a
Hmm.
very, very famous song of Eros. So I had 1 minute and a half alone on a huge stage with a lot of people. And so you have to manage the stress. You have to manage 1 minute and a half without breathing, because I was with shaker breathing, and maybe
One
you
minute
slept
and a
2 hours.
half,
It's like, yeah, yeah, 1 minute and a half.
full
But my song,
circular breathing.
yeah. But I
Wow.
also have songs with 7, 8 minutes without breathing. So 1 minute and a half is good. But it's near really a strange and fantastic experience.
Hmm.
So
Okay, I wanna go on the direction of the practice routines, and
yeah,
I imagine that if you wanna launch a solo project like this one that's
yeah,
so demanding and so I mean, and you're alone. I mean, you cannot fake anything. You know, if
no,
something goes wrong live, it just fuck
it's a
it, right?
problem. Yeah.
um, how much do you how much time do you spend practicing, and when do you say, okay, I'm ready, let's do it?
I'm How much time I spend depends when I have time.
Hmm.
So now we have a problem with some mold in my wall in my studio
Okay.
underneath where I play.
Hmm.
So I have 2 days that I have to clean everything. 2 days I can study.
Fuck.
Maybe I use the travel socks, and it's very good to do in this situation, because I can't study in my living room because my girlfriend is maybe making some call, and
Hmm.
I can't use saxophone, so I put my earphones and I play travel sax. Good,
Nice.
very good. And how much time I spend depends from 7, 8 hours to zero when I
Okay.
have time. When I have time, and a lot of time in these days, I'm playing in the airports with the travel sax.
Okay.
The only time that I have now. Yes, because if you're in a tour now, I'm touring with Tommaso Paradiso, that is a famous Italian songwriter,
Hmm.
mainly Italian, and I use a lot this kind of instruments. This is not the travel sax, yeah, because it's the only one. is it very different from Ineui. It's very different from other kind of things. So for me, it's the smallest and the smartest thing you can bring with you if you are a touring musician. A lot of friends of mine asked me about this instrument, and I always say that it's the only solution. It's not the best, it's the only one. So it's very good. And you're asking me about how many hours, and what's the second question?
And when do you say, okay, I'm ready? Because I mean,
never. I don't like myself. Never. No, you know, I'm a Carmelo Bene kind of guy, Nietzsche kind of guy, Schopenhauer like a kind of guy. So I'm very depressing guy. It don't seem because I'm Italian. I'm always smiling, but I'm never ready. And I think that is a good state of mind.
Yeah, it's
you
always
have to study always. But remember that sometimes you have to take a little break. I have a dog, my dog Sergio, I love him. And it's like, okay, let's go for a turnaround, 1 hour and catch the ball. Okay, stop 1 second and then restart. But every time I restart and more I study and more I know that I don't know nothing.
Yeah, it's always the same.
And I am nothing, but not on the technique. Because when I was young, I think only about only the technique is very important. You have to be super fast. You have to know a lot of standard. But I'm Italian. Standards are not in my veins. A lot of people ask me to play loud things, very in tune, and to be precise. To go on time. And then I play my music that it's like 9 minutes of drones. So for me now important is to be in tune, to go on time, to have a wonderful sound. And this is the main thing. For me, you are never ready. You will die not ready. This is the thing. For me, this is my vision of the world.
Definitely.
And it's not very good, but this is the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking before we started this podcast, right? We were having a quick chat, and we were just discussing this topic that of you were asking me how are you, and I was like, well, I have many things on my plate. I'm pushing really hard. I mean, and I totally feel you, and I feel so sometimes so unprepared and so many things that you still need to do and to right with the travel sags and like other projects that we are managing on the same side. So it's super always pushing, but it's also nice to stop and reflect and say, okay, because no, in a company everything is super fast, right? Well, and not in the company, like nowadays everyone is having like a lot of inputs, Instagram, TikTok, like all these ads, and
you never stop.
Information is like it's just flowing, and so well. And this is also something that I would like to ask you, but how do you manage focus and concentration, prioritization? Because I mean, we are just bombarded with so many info, right? All over the place.
This is a very difficult question. Now I started to meditate.
Okay.
Mindfulness meditation. And so it's not related to any religion, or it's like, okay, take your 10 minutes in the morning and stop. I have some apps and I have friends that do meditation. So I ask it to people that I know. And the meditation, it's like to say, when I woke up, the first thing that I do, and I still do, is to take the phone and doom scrolling. This thing, it's a wonderful problem.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this, but this is a problem.
Yeah.
So you have to stay in the flow with this era. This era, it's full of distraction.
Yeah.
And it's super fast. Wake up fast, go to sleep fast, do this
Yeah,
fast.
fast. Yeah.
WhatsApp, it's always online. If
Yeah.
you don't respond, it's like, oh, what I can do, I lost a job. I lost 2 jobs because I didn't respond in the right time.
Wow.
So I think that you have to stay chill and meditate a little bit. So I try to stay calm because I'm a very anxious guy. Um, I try to take my 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the afternoon or the evening
Mm.
to put this in airplane mode in my room, silence or with the earphones and the
Mhm.
noise canceling. And okay, 10 minutes, I think about my body, I think about the sky, I think about I don't want to think to problems.
Mm.
And then you refresh. It seems like esoteric things, but it's not. It works with me. With me works.
I am
And
totally
then
aligned. Yeah.
I restart. And another thing that I can say, it's it's called Pomodoro technique. I use this kind of technique. So when I study, I divide the time in 10 or 20, mainly
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes.
Okay.
So meditation is part of my study. So 10 minutes meditation. Okay, stop 2 or 3 minutes. Then 20 minutes sound of the saxophone. So I play with the drones. I put drones on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
or some apps. So I try to be focused and to um, tune all the notes. So,
Okay.
for example, I put B flat for my saxophone. It's C.
Yeah.
So I play all the C of my instrument.
Mm-hmm.
I have 5 C that I can reach. So 5 C of my instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Then I start with the fifth, the G.
Mm-hmm.
Then I try to align perfectly the G. Then I do it with the third. Then I do with the seventh. Then with the ninth. Okay, 7, 8 minutes of this thing every day. Then I start with the harmonics. Then I start with the expansion of the note. So I try to reach the fifth octave of the saxophone.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe you will never use it, but it's
Yeah.
very useful. Overtones, multiphonics, then stops, then stop. Then I start with the scale,
Mm-hmm.
then stop. Then I start with the pattern. After the pattern, there's a solo in 12 key. Now I'm studying Charlie Parker solo in 12 key. I will use it, maybe never, I think never, but I found that it's a good way to stretch your mind and to make you less near the paradise because you insult. Yes. And you can I also play some standards
Mm-hmm.
to I don't know why, because I don't play jazz now live, but standards are a good way to try to improve your mental skill.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you don't play jazz, I love very much the jazz. I listen a lot of jazz, and I still think that it's useful to study it sometimes. I also study classical things.
Mm-hmm.
Now also with the clarinet, I'm using playing some closet. It's basic things, but for me it's useful, and also that kind of harmony helps me a lot
Mm-hmm.
with my kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
And so these programs require like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half every day. It's very difficult to study 2 hours and a half. It's very difficult to study 2 hours and a half focus.
Focus. Yeah. Exactly.
After this, I finish my morning, and then in the afternoon, if I have time, but sometimes depends. In this moment, not. But I play the set list of my band. So now I'm playing with Tommaso Paradiso. You have to play every solos of Tommaso, every song, and try to improve and trying to be more perfect, more precise. Then I played Eros Ramazzotti set list because we have to play this summer in Caribbean, so we have to study all the things. Then I have to study my things because I have a concert in September, October, and from now we have to prepare because it's very, very core. So we have to prepare now. You can do a lot of things, and the main thing is to start from the little.
Yeah.
So start from a little thing. Okay, I have a concert the next month. Start now.
Chunk
Start
it,
now
right?
because
Yeah.
yeah. Start now because when 1 month it's like a breath.
Mm.
Arriving.
Yeah.
You arrived. So I don't know if I can make me understandable in English.
Yeah, yeah,
Excuse
yeah,
me,
yeah.
but
You explained
I try
yourself.
to.
You explained yourself very good.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay. So
Definitely.
this is you have to. I study when I can. I think that is the answer that every musician can I saw a lot of interviews of my heroes, and everyone said the same thing when I can.
When I can.
because we are working, not because I'm great like Michael Brecker. I don't want to
Yeah.
say that. It's because I know that if you are working, if you are touring, every level there's no difference. You don't have time to, because sometimes when you are in tour, you have, okay, let's have 1 hour of stop. We can drink something at the bar before the show. You can go away. Sometimes I do it, but sometimes the people say, hey, come on, let's do something together.
Yeah.
Let's know each other better, because it's fundamental. It's very important in a band to know
Yeah.
each other
Yeah.
well.
To
So
connect.
sometimes
Yeah.
drink a beer, it's, yeah, to connect. Sometimes drink a beer, it's important,
Yeah.
because you know very well the musical director, you know very well the artist, you know very well the other musician. So it's good to be a good guy when you are in tour, because after 1 year, after 2-3 months, the people are, it's like very sensitive.
Yeah.
So chill out, let's drink something, let's stay calm.
Yeah.
You have time to, maybe in the night when you return in the hotel, you can study. And study at home and study in tour, it's two different things,
Yeah.
very different.
I
And for
can imagine.
this, you didn't pay me, but I can say Travel Sucks saved my life, really,
Nice.
really, for this. It seems prepared, but it's not, I swear.
Thank you.
Saved my life because I had one year of tour with Eros, and I discovered Travel Sucks exactly in the middle of the tour, and my life changed. Okay, now I can study. I can study, and it's very light. It's very small. I can bring it with me in the backpack, and no one can say me nothing. So it's good.
Nice. I'm
It's
glad.
very
I
good.
mean, there's a lot of work underneath that this statement, because it's not just me. I mean, I had the idea and I started the project, but right now we are 14 people,
Mm-hmm.
and like all of them are working a lot so that this is built, it's shipped, is managed, is right. It's even promotion, like marketing team. I mean, it's nice for you to say that, but yeah, I think the team that will love to hear this. It's very nice when you get this
Yeah.
this kind of.
But I have a question for you. You are thinking about also new improvement, new models, new things. There's some news are coming. This is the
Yes, I
question.
mean we all. I mean, of course, no. Like you're a professional artist. We are trying to be top notch on the digital instrument era right now. We want to be the best on electronic wind instruments, and that's our goal as a company right now. So of course we are always experimenting with new stuff. I mean, I could show you, and I have things, but after we finish the of the
Top
record,
secret.
it's top secret.
Top
Yeah,
secret.
of the
Yeah,
record,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna show you some stuff that we are cooking. And yes, we are always trying to improve the actual instruments. We are also designing new instruments. We have many ideas, and we are working a lot to get there. But yes, I'm really
Yeah,
glad
you
that yeah. That,
you have a very important, now you are placed in a space that before it's empty, was empty. Because now we have a lot of electronic instruments that are not a saxophone. It's different. And maybe are too big, or you have to connect it to the computer, or it costs a lot. There's always, okay, you have this, but, and with the travel sax, there's no but. I started with the travel sax 2. I don't know the one, so I started with the travel sax 2. For me, it's a game changing, because sometimes also at home, maybe it's 1 o'clock in the night, I want to play something because I want to play, and the only chance that I have is to have a travel sax 2 near my couch and use it. Also when I'm cooking, because I love to cook, and when I'm doing something Italian, I have 10 minutes because the pasta, it's long. It's long to cook. Maybe tortiglioni or pasta trafilata al bronzo. It's things that needs 14 minutes or 12 minutes. It's very long. So I have time to play something. And with the saxophone, it's impossible because I have to keep the saxophone near my cooking station. It's impossible.
Nice. That's super cool.
I find it very, very, very cool. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for sharing it. It's really cool. I mean, I think we've been like talking for more than an hour already. So big, but I have many more questions for you to ask. Maybe we need to stop. I'm gonna ask one or two more questions, and maybe we can have like another day. So I don't want to spend a lot of time that you need to. I know you are a really busy man and you need to keep studying and preparing. Do you teach? I mean, do you teach if anyone wants to learn from you? Do you?
Yes and no. Depends. Depends, because sometimes I have people that ask me, "How did you do the things you do?" It's impossible to respond, because if you want lesson from me only about the pedal and the effects, I don't know how to say. What can I say? Yes, I can tell you maybe something on Instagram and say to you, try with that way, but not more than that. Or a masterclass. Maybe the masterclass, yes, because I have a program. I prepare a program with my drummer or alone. It's good. But a series of lesson with the effects, for me, it's impossible, because everyone have to find his own way. This is the lesson. But with the saxophone, yes, I have a lot of techniques like circular breathing, double tonguing, and improvisation. So, but at the moment, I'm not teaching, only because I'm very busy, but maybe on the September, October, I will restart, yes.
Nice. If people want to contact you, how can they contact you?
You can contact me via Instagram if you want.
Okay.
Instagram or Facebook.
Okay.
You can write me. You can find everything, the mail and the email or the message with direct. You can contact me.
Nice, great. And you, I mean, like 10 minutes ago, we were talking about when you are touring, like all the things, and you mentioned Eros, that you've been touring with him, with Eros Ramazzotti.
Yes.
I've been listening to Eros for ages. It's one of my favorite artists. I really like what he does, and it's just curious. How did you met him? How did you start it?
It's a long story, because in 2015, I try to make it really short. In 2015, Mario Biondi asked me to join his band. Mario Biondi, it's for who don't know, it's an Italian crooner known in all the world. I've played with him for 9 years, and we made from Australia to Japan to United States, South America, 85 concerts per year.
Wow.
So yeah, we always outside Italy. See, yes, in Italy too, we played a lot, but mainly outside Italy. And he called me to join the band and want me to record some tunes for him.
Okay.
and the studio was the studio of Eros Ramazzotti. So when I was inside the studio, Eros, I don't know why, was there talking with Mario, and he was like, "Ah, great, you play well, okay." And then no idea of what happened to Eros in that 9 years. And one day, I remember I was in Bari in May 2022. The MD, the musical director of Eros Ramazzotti, sent me a message. Marco, I need to talk with you. I read the names. I said, "Oh, okay." So that evening, and at the end of the show, I called the musical director and said, "Me, okay, you are in the list of the 3 person that can join our band. We are making some decisions, so be ready because maybe you are the one." Okay, because I think that there's other people, and but they choose to call me because I have good references, because they asked to a lot of people. This guy is okay. The music, the personality is crazy. Is because 1 year, 13 months of touring with a crazy guy, it's not good.
Yeah.
So they asked, they looked the video on Instagram, and we had 1 month of rehearsal. So the month of rehearsal, it's also a test.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we choose you, but let us know who you are.
Yeah.
Was a difficult month, but then was like one of the best experience in my life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. But I don't know how. Yes, I know who talked about me, because I played in a lot of tour. I know a lot of people that know me, but I don't know why they choose me. This is, to me, it's a mystery, but
nice. I mean, yeah, it's definitely, we were talking about practicing and having this willingness, right, of always getting better and better and better. I think it's the only way to get there, right? To play with big stars like Eros. Like, you need to be at their level, with doing your jobs and your stuff, right?
But the best thing that I can say to you is, don't worry about that. Because I have a lot of friends, people that I know that, how did you do how you play with Eros, you play with Mario, you play with Tommy, you play with a lot of international artists. How did you do? I don't think about it.
Of course.
I don't think about it, because you can't say, okay, now I want to play with that artist. Doesn't depend on you. Doesn't depend on you. Depend on the fate.
Yeah.
Because they look at you in that time on Instagram. Okay, use Instagram, make videos, write music, be yourself, and then one day, so it's like a Pixar story, I know, but this is the reality. So be yourself and play what you want to play. Don't play the things, the cover of an artist to let you notice by the artist. I played a piece from the last album of Meshuggah because I like Meshuggah, but not because I need to let know to Meshuggah that I want to join the band. It would be a dream, but it's not that. Be yourself, play what you want to play, and one day maybe someone can call you. This is the right thing for me, and it's all be in the right place at the right time, and doesn't depend on you.
Totally. I want to close this amazing episode with one of the songs that you will find on your new album, right?
This is an album from Max Furian. It's a super Italian drummer. Federico Malamano on bass. It's a great bass player. Leo Dalla Corte at piano. And here I play the soprano in a jazz solo. My album will come out in 8 October. This is a very good song. I play the solo here.
Okay. Well, this is live, you know? This is
it's a really great bass player. Everyone knows him.
It's beautiful. I was listening to this song before and I was like, oh wow, it sounds so cool, this bass line.
Yeah, Federico is a superstar.
Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, this.
There you go. This is you, right?
Yeah.
With the soprano. Marco, thank you a lot. I enjoyed so much this.
Thank you, Ramon.
This
Thank you, Ramon.
interview. I really like. I mean, I have
Thank you, everybody.
like 10, 20 more questions noted, but
I talk a lot.
Yeah.
I know. My girlfriend said always to me, "You talk a lot," and
yeah, I also talk a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. It was very nice. Hopefully, we can do a version 2 soon.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.